Welcome! Today I will be organizing this kitchen. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but it's my kitchen, so let's go ahead and do with what we have. This is episode 3 from my series, Getting Out of a Slump. And I am now renaming the series to Organizing My Life, as I feel that it's most fitting. So thank you for coming along in the journey, and let's get started. And my first tip is to put on your favorite movie, podcast, or music while you clean. This will make the task feel less daunting. Step 1 is to remove all items from the focused area. I always live by this. Every single time I'm organizing a really cluttered area, I make sure that I remove everything from that specific area so I can see everything laid out in front of me and I can categorize everything, which leads me to step 2. Group items into categories. And here are a couple of my categories. I have spatulas, soup spoons, squeezers, wooden spoons, tongs. Those are just a few categories that you may find in this drawer. Once you have all the categories laid out right in front of you, you're going to move on to step 3, clean the focused area. And this leads me to tip number 2, wear cleaning gloves to protect your beautiful skin. So I did order this 37-pack drawer organizers. If you know anything about organizers from anywhere, they're pretty high up there in price. So I just had enough to order this 37-pack for now. I would say don't worry about buying all the organizers and all the hype about the organizers. Every single time you go to the store, just pick one up if you can, or if not, wait till next paycheck. Before you know it, you will have as many organizers as you need to make your kitchen look aesthetic. But for now, just do with what you have. Don't let that stop you from getting your kitchen organized. Alright, so now let's move on to step 4. Place the items back in the focused area. And let's maintain all the categories that we created earlier. So honestly, just by cleaning out my laundry room and my office, if you've seen my other videos and you know that I've been in a slump, and being in a slump simply means that you feel stuck or you just feel unmotivated. And by cleaning out my office and laundry room and now the kitchen, I'm honestly feeling in a weird way organized, which is what my intentions were. So this is definitely progress. And because of this, I decided to rename the series to Organizing My Life. So unfortunately, my organizers are a little bit small compared to my spatulas. So they're kind of floating up, but it looks right for me. It's organized, everything is easily accessible. Now let's move on to the next drawer. So because I don't have those really fancy, aesthetically pleasing Ziploc organizers, I am going to keep them in their original container. Alright, so now we're done with the second drawer. Now let's move on to this hot mess plastic bag drawer. You know that drawer where you go shopping and then you just put all your grocery bags in one drawer and forget about it? Well, this is mine. Again, I don't have one of those fancy containers to put all your plastic bags in there, so I'm going to do with what I have, and I'm just going to shove them all in one plastic bag. Now these ones are thick quality. I love this one, so I'm actually going to just lay them out, and these ones are going to go back in my drawer and the other ones are going to go in another drawer. So now moving on to this drawer, and while cleaning it, I actually remember that I haven't actually cleaned inside of the drawer, behind the drawer, and it was pretty messy. So you can see it's pretty icky, but we're getting it clean. That's all that matters. So in this drawer, I keep all of my garlic, onion, limes, and potatoes. And once again, I don't have the fancy schmancy organizers, but I do have glass containers and a Tupperwares, so that is going to work perfectly here. And if you don't have any fancy schmancy organizers, possibly use anything you got, such as Tupperware. Alright, so now moving on to the tea drawer. This looks so satisfyingly pleasing to watch when I see those Pinterest organizing tea drawers, and that was my inspiration for here. Now let's check off organized tea drawer. For this drawer, I'm going to use the same technique as the one in the tea drawer, and I'm going to implement it here. Perfect. Organized, clean, and clutter-free. So this drawer is actually not that messy. I am just going to clean it and put everything back in an organized way, and I'm removing the Halloween bags that you saw because it's no longer Halloween. And now we're getting to the miscellaneous drawers where everything that you don't want to see in your kitchen ends up in. So I took out everything, I categorized everything. I didn't show that part, but everything is categorized up in the top, and I am putting it all back in its categories. Scratch that, I'm not putting it all back because a lot of it was garbage. I'm only putting back what I feel like is useful. So let's move along to the next drawer, and this one is not that messy. Everything is kinda in its place already. I'm just cleaning it and making sure that nothing's falling out of place. But for the most part, it's pretty much organized. So this drawer that I had difficulty opening is my husband's grilling drawer. It's super messy. Everything has just ended up here. It's become the miscellaneous drawer, but I'm gonna give it its purpose back, and I'm gonna make it his organized grilling drawer. So now I'm moving along to my Tupperware drawers, and by this time I was honestly worn out. I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, at least not for today, but I persevered, I continued, and I organized it. And my precious Gizmo decided to come along and see what I was up to. So he definitely brought a smile to my face, and I gained energy, and I was ready to continue for a couple more hours. So here's another example to do with what you have. I used another one of this fancy, I don't know what it is, baking glass container, and I stuffed all of my Tupperware tops and just held them all in place. So I did with what I have. For now, this works. In the future, I will replace it with this fancy organizers, but for now, it works. So again, if you don't have any of the organizers, or you watch other organizing videos and you see that they start off the videos with all of these really beautiful organizers for their kitchens, you just get unmotivated because you don't have that. Honestly, just do with what you have and organize your kitchen. You'll notice that in no time in the future, you will start to get organizers just because you will start moving towards that frequency, simply because your house is already organized. So moving along, now we're going to organize my pots and pans cabinet. Once again, do with what you have. I am using my glass baking container and I am adding all of my tops to my pots. So as you can see, it got a little dark outside because it was already nighttime. I switched on the light and I decided that this would be the last cabinet for today, and I will tackle this project tomorrow because I was exhausted by now. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and tackle what you can in one day, in an hour. Just get started. Here's some before and afters of all of the drawers and cabinets that I tackled, at least the ones that you can see the most transformation. So this is part 1 of organizing my kitchen. I shall return with part 2, and I'm telling you, you're gonna wanna stay tuned. I created this wooden boards for my pantry out of the dollar store items, and it looks gorgeous. You're definitely gonna wanna check that out. For the wooden boards, I will actually be creating a separate video on how to create those because it's so good, trust me. Thank you so much for your precious time. If you gain any motivation, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.